Welcome, everyone. You are about to embark on a journey through the universe as you indulge in this extraordinary essence of enlightened, empowered, evolved. Let the show begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Just in time. Greetings, everyone. I'm Luke Bryan Smith, and welcome to Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved, where we educate, motivate, and liberate you through enlightening dialogues, empowering music, and evolving content. I am excited yet again because my next extraordinary guest is the founder of Home Sweet Hygiene, a portable hygiene practice that brings preventative dental services directly to underserved communities. Wow, including children, patients with special needs, and individuals with mobility or access challenges across Northern California. And there's a whole lot more. But without further ado, allow me to introduce to you Lindsey v. Vizcay. I wanted to
Yes,
make sure
you
I
got
say
it,
that right.
Luke. That's
Yes,
correct.
yes, yes. I stumbled over my introduction a bit. Sometimes I say it so much I should know it, and I do. And then sometimes I got so much going on in my head that I just wait a minute. What am I supposed to say?
Oh, we're all human. I do it all
Yeah,
the time.
absolutely. Yes. And I just want to say that I believe that time is one of our most precious assets. And for you to decide to come on to this show at this present moment to be a guest, I just want to extend my sincerest gratitude to you. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to chat with you
Absolutely.
and share about access to care and dental hygiene. So thank you for
Absolutely.
having me.
Absolutely. You're welcome. Yes, let's just get right into it. Okay. So
Okay.
you're the founder of Home Sweet Hygiene. All right. Give us some insight
Yes.
on that, how that came, a little front and backstory of how that came about and what it is all about.
Okay. So
All right.
I'm a dental hygienist in
Right.
alternative practice. That's the RDHAP. And I've been in the dental field for over 15 years. But I went back to school to be able to provide care for patients outside of a traditional operatory setting. So, outside of
Okay.
a dental office, there are lots of patients that are unable to receive care. And so that is what Home Sweet Hygiene does. We bring care to communities, to patients' homes, to places where they feel safe, where they're accepting of treatment. And that's what I do. And that's started in Solano County, but I actually travel all over Northern California providing care for patients.
Oh, that's absolutely amazing. So, yes. So you and I before this show started, I said that I was going to ask you about those BSDH,
Yeah.
RDHAP. Could you tell me what those mean?
Sure. I know there's a lot of letters in there. I'm a registered dental hygienist. That's the
Okay.
RDH. The RDHAP is registered dental hygienist in alternative practice. The RDAEF2 means that I can place fillings and seat crowns underneath the supervision of a dentist. All sorts of different regulations. And the BSDH is that I got my bachelor's degree in dental hygiene. So
Wow.
if you can't tell by all the letters, I am so passionate about dentistry.
Wow.
I've spent a lot of my life in dentistry and continuing to further my education in dentistry. And so, yeah, that's what all those mean.
Absolutely. That is amazing. Thank you for giving me some clarity on that. So,
Yes.
have you always, and I don't want to sound redundant, but this is just a conversation. Have you always been interested
Yeah.
in dentistry since you were uh, a kid,
Oh,
or you just kind of,
that's a good question.
okay,
So I tell people I was like, born into dentistry.
okay,
My grandfather was a dentist. My father is now a retired dentist. My sister's a hygienist. I've got all kinds of, my sister-in-law is a dentist now that took over my dad's family practice.
right,
And that must have always been in the cards for me. It wasn't my initial, no, to answer your question. When I was younger, I didn't think that I would go into, I wanted to do all kinds of other things, but my heart led me here, and I didn't know that I would love it as much as I do, but it's definitely been a passion of mine, and it's been such a blessing to be able to now, have the profession evolve and be able to take it, like I said, outside of the traditional four walls of a dental office and serve patients that would otherwise go without care.
Wow. Yeah, thank you for that. So when you help people, do you have like a mobile a van or something?
I wish. Okay, one
Oh,
day maybe.
okay.
But I do have, if you can picture this, like a little rolling suitcase
Okay.
that houses my equipment. So think when you go to a dental office and you have your teeth
Right.
cleaned, they have the air and the water
Right.
syringe
Right.
and the suction and all the polisher. I have all of that. That I take with me in a little suitcase, as well as my sterilized instruments, all kinds of other goodies. But everything that you would have in a traditional office, I carry with me in my car, and I will set up in any given space in a home, community setting, library. I've set up a dental cleaning on someone's porch because he
Oh,
wanted to be
wow.
outside, and
Wow.
so yeah, it really. You really have to, open your mind and expand your thoughts because, you think dental office and people are just used to one thing.
Right.
But really, dentistry has evolved, and
Yes.
we can now treat patients like I said, outside the traditional four walls. So,
Wow. Wow. So what inspired you to help underserved people in this, especially in this area in dentistry?
well, I just saw that there were a lot of people that didn't have access to care.
Oh, okay.
And then after getting into it, it just reinforced that there are so many, for instance, seniors with cognitive decline that can't go outside of maybe their care homes easily, or those with mobility issues, those with special healthcare needs that, have sensory sensitivities. There are a ton of people that don't fit into the traditional system. It
Right.
just wasn't built for them necessarily. And so knowing that there were people out there that didn't have access to care um, really is what forced me to do this, what drove me to do this. And then seeing just how many I had no idea till I was really in it, is what keeps me going for sure.
That's amazing. And I really resonate with that because I enjoy helping people where I can. And that's the basis of this podcast. My intentions when I created it was to get information, vital information, wellness, in all areas to people, engaging in conversations with, in dialogues with people such like yourself that people can find out about this. And it's just interesting. I love engaging with people and finding out their passions and their intentions and their purpose. I love it. And it's just amazing. And this is exactly today is what this podcast reflects what we're doing right now. So that's amazing. And how do you keep going helping people? Are you providing free service or is it just people that can't afford very much or how does that work?
It's a mix. It's a mix.
Okay.
I always try to give back to the community. I was born and raised in Solano County.
Right.
My husband grew up here. We are raising our children here. So community is really important to me. So
Right.
I always do my best to give back. I will try to do annual free screenings and fluorides at
Oh, wow.
partnerships throughout, like the library,
Oh,
Fairfield
wow.
Library. We're doing one. I work with a special healthcare needs group that I try to provide free services. I'm always trying to um, help connect the community with healthcare, with
Wow.
dental care. Although I also believe that it's whole body. The mouth. Don't get me started, but the mouth is connected to our whole body. So anyhow, we were
Wow.
talking about access. But yeah, I always try to give back. I do try to work with insurances.
Right.
And I try to never turn people away if cost
Oh,
is a
wow.
factor.
Wow.
So I always try to work with people.
Amazing. And I'm a firm believer that giving opens the door to receiving as well. So that's
Oh,
that's that's just amazing. And
yes.
yes, yes, that's amazing what you do. And what would you say would be some of the biggest challenges that you face in your arena, your business? What are some of the
Oh,
biggest challenges?
gosh, a big challenge. One, and you're actually helping me with this. One thing is there are lots of people like me out there throughout California. There are lots
Right.
of people that are doing the same thing and spreading awareness that we exist. Like, hey, there are services. If you're exhausted by a system that hasn't worked for you, just know that there are options. So spreading the word that this license out there is something that's very helpful. So I appreciate you, having me on your podcast and getting to share some of my experience. Um,
Absolutely.
and then, another challenge, it's just so hard because I am a hygienist. And while I can do a lot of procedures, my focus is prevention. And so I will see people that need much more than that it's been years since they've had dental care, and they need much more than that. And I cannot give them more than that without adding more letters to my name, which I don't know that I'm going to do. And so that's hard. That's hard because I, like I said, I'm prevention focused. But if I encounter a patient, and I often do, that needs all kinds of other dental treatment,
Right.
but that's where community collaborations come in. And that's where partnerships with other dentists and, um, you know, other providers are essential. So,
Wow.
yeah. So even though I can't always help in the way that I want, um, it's nice making those connections with other providers, other like-minded people that then I can introduce them to. So everyone
Wow.
out there, there's a lot of good people out there willing to
Yes,
help. So
that's amazing. And I I would like to add this is you said something very powerful. You said a lot of things, but you said there's a lot of people out there willing to help. To me, when you focus on that versus the alternative, oh, no one wants to help this. No, I believe that wherever you place your focus, that's what
mhm.
grows. That's what you attract, so to speak. So that's amazing that you
Yes,
have that outlook, that
yeah,
there's a lot of people out there willing to help. Yeah, of course there's a lot of people that are not, but that's not what we're focusing on. We're focusing on
hmm,
the optimism, yes, yes, we
yeah, for
we can't
sure.
we can't help what we can't help, and we don't want to put our focus over there, and that's amazing. You're a shining example of that. So thank you for
Thank you.
that clarity. Yes.
Thank you.
I just wanted to ask this.
Yeah.
This just popped in my head. Why does at times does dentistry get a bad rep? Like people are scared. I could say that I've been afraid to go to the dentist. My wife has to force me. Well, now I'm okay with it, but is it because of they're afraid that something might be wrong or something's gonna hurt? Or yeah, because I get
Yes.
nervous when somebody's in my mouth. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Yeah, Lou, you're not alone. There are so many people that are anxious about dental appointments, and it's being in dentistry, you learn not to take it personally.
Right.
But it's just I think you're in this, you're laying back, you're in this compromising position, and you've
Yeah,
got
vulnerable.
hands and all in your face. Yeah,
Yeah, you feel
exactly.
vulnerable.
You do. You
And your mouth is
absolutely do.
sensitive. There's
Yes.
lots of nerves in there. So, and then you see these
Yes.
these sharp tools. So it can be a bit intimidating.
Oh, absolutely. It's not my favorite place to be. Surprisingly, I don't really like being in a dental chair either. And nothing against the dentists in my lives, they're all
Yes.
wonderful, but it's just, I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot of things that cause that anxiety over dental appointments. So
Right.
I know. But
Yeah.
a lot of times for a lot of the people that I work with that are very anxious, that might have those sensory sensitivities,
Right.
it's the environment. And so if you can meet them in a place where they're at and they're comfortable and they feel safe. I've seen patients that have only ever had dentistry under sedation go from that to
Wow.
accepting care because we're on their couch or,
Yes.
sitting on the floor in their living room.
Wow.
And it's really amazing to see. So,
Wow. That's amazing. You bring a unique, um, you know, experience to dentistry. Like you said, being on someone's couch or on their porch, that's amazing. And I just wanted to highlight that even more. But to add to those fears about dentistry, I wanted to add this to it. I I know that it's very necessary, and I'm speaking to everyone. Um, you know, getting taking care of your hygiene and your teeth and your gums. It's just as essential, if not more, than everything on your body. So I recommend
yeah,
everyone, take care of yourself. Take care
that's
of yourself.
right. Yeah,
That's part of wellness.
absolutely.
You take care of your
It
teeth.
is.
Yeah, take care of your
Yes.
teeth. There's always solutions to whatever problem you may have in there, and
Yeah.
I know it from experience because I've had a few problems going on in my mouth. So, hey, you know, so
Yeah.
oftentimes self-inflicted, but hey, the dentist fix, the people like I'm so thankful for it because you fix it. You fix those problems, the pain or whatever I have, a cavity or whatever, you
Yes.
fix it. And the maintenance, keeping it keeping my smile, clean and nice,
Yes.
and I love it.
Yes.
I love it. I love it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
before we conclude, how can people find you if they're in the Solano County? Do you have a website that you could share with us now?
Yes, I do. So homesweethygiene.com is my website. Pretty,
Okay.
pretty simple. And that is also my Instagram handle that
Okay.
people can follow me on there. And a lot of the community events that I do will be on Instagram. So I don't always update that on my website. Of course, you can find out all kinds of other information. But for like the library events or the school events, the
Amazing.
resource fairs, we try to always do resource fairs. That'll be on Instagram. So yeah, please
Wow.
come find me and stop by and say hi. That would be great.
Yeah, I'll look you up on Instagram as well. My handle is 333 Empower on Instagram.
Love it.
So that way when I upload, because what I'll do is I'll edit this long form and then I'll create a reel, what I think is a powerful point, and I'll upload the reel to Instagram, and that way I can tag you or add you as a contributor as well. So when I do,
Perfect.
so yes, I'll look you
Thank
up on,
you.
yeah, I'll look you up on Instagram as well. Yeah. Before we conclude, is there anything that I missed, that I did not highlight, that you would like to share, or any last words, anything? Because I don't want to leave any stone
Gosh,
unturned if I didn't highlight something. And this is
no.
amazing.
Oh, thank you. No, this has been so great. You're so easy to talk to. I totally see why you have a podcast. No, I appreciate your questions and your perspective. And I thank you for allowing me to share about something, like I said, I'm so passionate about, which is dentistry and access to care. And for anyone listening that may have felt exhausted by a traditional dental system for themselves, for a loved one, a parent, a child. Just know that there are other systems out there for you, and to not be discouraged. And if anyone has any sort of dental related questions, they're always welcome to reach out. So thank you for having me. I appreciate being here this morning.
Yes, you're welcome. And thank you for sharing your amazing um, passion. Um,
Thank
this
you.
service to humanity is just absolutely amazing. And like I said, this is exactly what this podcast is based on. Exactly what we just did right here with you. And it's amazing. And I never get tired of it. Listening to people express themselves and just share their perspectives, and in their outlooks and their gifts, their talents, their passions, their work. I just love it. So yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, and thank you everyone for watching and or listening. Be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. Share this. Not only help the platform grow, but get this information out there. Excuse me. Get this information out there. Thank you. If you would be interested and think you'd be a good fit to be on the Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved podcast, simply email me at 333empower@gmail.com. See you soon, Enlightened, Empowered, Evolved.